What's up, guys? It's Carly with FasciNATIVE English, where if you are finally ready to take your English to another level and to begin speaking English like a native English speaker, then you've come to the right place. So, let's get into it. What's up, guys? I have another spooky Halloween idiom for you all today, and the idiom for today is dig your own grave. Again, that is dig your own grave. Dig your own grave. Now, what could this idiom mean? This idiom just means to do something that will cause you harm or problems in the future, all right? To dig your own grave, to do something that will cause you harm or problems in the future, all right? So of course I have a story for you all today, and this story is about when I was in grad school. I went to grad school right after college. Like, I graduated college, and then a couple weeks later, boom, I was in grad school for my master's degree. And I decided to move back to Korea during that time because I was like, you know what, everything was online. When I was in university, it was I had to go in like 2 days a week, and then the rest of my courses were online. I had some virtual classes, and then I had some in-class classes. But the type of master's degree that I was going for, which was a master's in TESOL, which is teaching English as a second language.
Oh, okay.
All that was online. So I was able to do everything virtually. Because of that, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to Korea and work, make good money. Well, at that time I thought it was good money. It's not that great of money, but you know, I was living my best life in South Korea. So I was like, I'm just gonna go back and I'm going to work in Korea and do my master's online. I feel like that was a smart move. I could save money because most of the times when you're living in Korea, your company pays for your house and they pay for your flight ticket there. And sometimes if you work at a school, you know, some schools, they give you like the lunch or dinner depending on the time. So it's like you get to get a free meal every day basically, and it's actually good. Unlike American school lunches, it's actually good in Korea. Good for you and delicious. So I'm like, you know what? I could save money and pay back my student loans if I do this. So that's what I did. Little did I know. I'm not even gonna say little did I know. I knew this about myself, but I denied it, that I'm a procrastinator. I've gotten a lot better. I really have. But back in the day, I was a procrastinator. Like, I would wait until the last second to do something, and then I would get like overwhelmed with like anxiety.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly.
Like, and then I don't know, somehow that anxiety fueled me to just like do my work, you know, for school, like schoolwork and papers and research papers, and you know, especially reading. I have a bachelor's degree in English, so a lot of people think I have a teaching degree because I'm a teacher, but I'm an English teacher and I actually have a degree in English. So with that comes a lot of reading.
Let me read the books if I have time to spare.
A lot of reading, you guys. So when you have an English degree, you have to take many different literature courses, and literally there was one semester that I was taking 6 classes, which is way more than you should take. Like, you should only take 4, but you know, I was like, I want to like hurry up and graduate. I don't want to be in school anymore. So it was stressful at the time, but I'm kind of glad that I did it because, you know, I got to go out and live my life sooner than everybody else. But I was taking 6 classes, and 4 of those were literature classes, and my professors would be like, it's Monday, by class on Wednesday you need to have this book read. And then my other professor would say the same thing, and then my other professor would say the same thing, and I'm like, how am I gonna read 3 books in 2 days? Like, this is ridiculous. It's definitely like crazy. But when I went to get my master's, I'm like, oh, it's not gonna be as hectic. First of all, I only took like 2 classes that semester, so it's like 2. It's not that big of a deal, you know, 2, maybe 3. It was like 2 classes and something called a practicum, which is like you're working instead, you know. So I was doing my practicum at work in Korea, so I was getting credits for that, and then I only had like 2 classes that I actually had to like study for and stuff. So I'm like, dude, if I handled 6 classes, I can definitely handle 2 classes, you know. And that was wrong. I could not handle the 2 classes. I was a procrastinator, and then I was living in another country. So this is my, like right now on TikTok, there's like a trend that's called girl math that's going on. If you don't know, girl math is when if you have your Starbucks card and the money is already on the card, then the Starbucks drink is free. Because you already put money on that card. The past you already put money there. So the today you gets your coffee for free. It doesn't make sense if you're a man and you're watching this. It's not going to make sense to you. If you're a female and you're watching this, most likely it will make sense. Well, my girl math back in the day was, all right, if this project is due at midnight Sunday in America, that means I have until like noon Monday in Korea, because the time difference. I was like, I could wake up early Monday morning, get that done before work, and boom, be out the door. That was not the case. I was consumed with work and I was digging my own grave, you guys, because I could not handle it. I'm like, okay, first of all, I worked 2 jobs in America. I had a newborn and I was taking 6 classes at my university and I still survived. And it was hard, but I survived and it was fine. In Korea, I had like a toddler and I was working 1 job and only taking 2 online classes and I couldn't survive. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, how is this possible, And it's because in Korea, it was all on me. At least in America, when I was doing my undergrad, I had like my family to like help me and support me and like watch my kid and stuff like that. But in Korea, it was just me. So I was digging my own grave. I was like, okay, like this is due at midnight. So like I can do it tomorrow morning because it's not midnight in America yet. It'll be like, if I get it done at 8 a.m. on a Monday morning in Korea, it will still be like early technically because it will be turned in 7 p.m. Sunday night in America time when it's really due at midnight. So technically I'm turning it in early, It was bad. Definitely do not recommend to do that. So I was literally digging my own grave with this. I would push things back and like, oh, I can like move this around and I can put this here. I was very unorganized. I didn't know what I was doing. I had never juggled a full-time job and then full-time mom, and then being in a graduate program, for my graduate degree. I had never juggled all of those. So it became overwhelming, and yeah, you guys, I dug my own grave because I had to drop out of my like 2nd semester. I had to drop out of my program, and I was like, I have to go back to America in order to finish this. Like, there's no way I can focus. The work culture in Korea, I think I've mentioned this before. If you guys are watching this, I love Korea. I would never say anything bad about Korea, but I have heard from other people, they agree with me, that the work culture is very demanding. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Like, you have to basically devote your life to work. I thought like I would be okay, like, balancing work and being a mom and being in my graduate program, working towards my master's degree. I thought I could juggle it all, but I was digging my own grave. It was impossible for me to juggle. In America, I could. Like, I was working a job where it was flexible. I could like switch hours with other people. My parents were there to help with my kid. And, I was able to do my work and schedule it accordingly. But in Korea, it was like everything was just a hot mess. And I dug my own grave where I had to drop out. And it's embarrassing to say, but sometimes in life you just have to realize that you have too much on your plates and you need a break, and you might have to wait and do it later. I dug my own grave on that one. But I hope you guys have a better understanding of the idiom dig your own grave. If you do, please like this video, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you all in the next video.